Forget every other recipe on my page, you need to make this. This confit tomato, garlic, and basil that I made will definitely upgrade your steak sandwiches and wraps. You can add it on fish too. I cut up cherry tomatoes, basil, and garlic, went in with a touch of salt, and covered it with olive oil until it was slightly submerged. Cooked it on a low and steady heat for around 20 minutes. As you can see, nothing was burnt. I checked the seasoning, added a little bit more salt. By the way, you also now have an infused garlic, basil, tomato oil that can be used. Full recipe on IG.
Craving ice cream but don't want the calories? Do this. A tub of Cool Whip, sugar-free or regular, any pudding mix of your choice. Mix it in, close it, put it in the freezer for about 1 to 2 hours, and then voila.
You don't have to smash your potatoes to make them crispy and delicious. Instead, boil until tender, then let dry and cut in half. Okay, then mix together your panko, parsley, salt, garlic powder, pepper, smoked paprika, and you guessed it, grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Next, I need you to grab some mayo, hear me out, just enough to lightly coat the potatoes so that when you toss them in the breadcrumbs, they stick. Then onto the baking dish, top with more grated Parmigiano Reggiano, and roast for like 8 minutes. Crispy, delicious, and not smushed. How about that? Look at that crispy cheese.
Let's make keto-friendly sushi. So I am not a sushi fan. I don't like seafood as much. I will eat salmon, but I don't like it cold. So I'm making this for my husband. He loves sushi, and he said this recipe was actually pretty good. So I just cut up some cucumbers and avocado. I got this ready to eat kind of salmon thing. It was in the grocery store. I honestly have never worked or cooked with this kind of salmon, so this was the first time. Added some cream cheese, put the cucumber and avocado inside, and then just rolled it up. And it was, just tightening it, stuff like that. I've never made salmon sushi, so I got this tri-colored sesame seeds that I just put on the outside. Normally with sushi you do like seaweed and stuff, but I just made it like this and rolled it up. Turned out pretty good. Added some spicy mayo.
All right, it's truffle time. We are using banana rings and some pepper jack cheese. Let's go. All right, first thing I did was I added some pepper jack cheese. Then I added the banana peppers, and now we're gonna add some cheese to the top and then close it down for 2 minutes. All right, it's been 2 minutes. It looks a little funky, so we are gonna do what the Estilo Keto Mom does and flip it over for an additional 60 seconds. All right, friends, I flipped it over. Now back in for 60 seconds. All right, you guys, after I flipped it over, it is ready to go. It is crispy. You guys hear that? And I went ahead and added some Hidden Valley Ranch, as it is semi-lazy, low-carb keto. If you guys want more recipes, make sure you all love this video and follow me. My journey to 63 pounds lost is all thanks to lazy keto lifestyle. Love y'all.
So I'm hearing quite a few of you got a griddle for Christmas because of me. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make my favorite meal on it. We're making some fried rice. Obviously this isn't going to be your regular fried rice because we are making cauliflower beef fried rice using Butcher Box ground beef. While all the moisture in my cauliflower rice is cooking off, I'm going to brown my ground beef and toss it in a little bit of teriyaki sauce. Once you got most of the moisture cooked off, I'm going to open up a space and throw on a bunch of ginger and garlic, let that cook till it's fragrant, then I'm going to toss it in a bunch of soy sauce, coconut aminos, rice vinegar, and sriracha. Once you've got the flavor just right, I toss in some frozen peas and carrots, crack a couple eggs on the side. I always like doing this separately. Toss that together along with some green onions, and then I top it with sesame oil and sesame seeds. It's so good. If you guys try it, tag me and hit that follow button for more easy recipes.
Okay, you're going to get some instant oatmeal. It's 3 points on Weight Watchers blue. Add some hot water, get it kind of thick. And then you're going to spray the mini waffle maker, add the oatmeal in, cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes, and it comes out like a piece of bread. So yummy. Spray it with that, can't believe it's not butter, 0 points on Weight Watchers, blueberries. I used the sugar-free caramel this time.
Buffalo chicken truffles? Let's do it.
As your dash is heating up, add 1/3 cup cheddar cheese, 1/3 cup chopped chicken, 1 egg, buffalo seasoning by Flavor God, and cowboy garlic. Also, I do not use canned chicken, I use this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of Frank's hot wing sauce. and mix that together, and then put half in your dash. This is enough for 2 truffles, so if you want more, just double the recipe. I like to eat these 2 ways. There's one with chopped Caesar salad, and then I have one with ranch and blue cheese crumbles.
This is how you make these Starbucks almond croissants, but so much better and flakier. First, make the almond cream by whisking 3 tablespoons of very soft butter and 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Add 1 egg along with 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whisk till it's nice and smooth, then add 1/2 cup of almond flour, mix again, then a tablespoon of all-purpose flour. Stir to combine, then set aside. Prepare the egg wash with 1 teaspoon of water and 1 large egg. Whisk vigorously to combine. Now for the croissants, use 2 sheets of puff pastry dough that's thawed but still cold. Cut each sheet into 3 rectangles, then in half to make 6 triangles. Make a slit at the top and then rub 2 teaspoons of their almond paste all over. Roll them like this and then place on a lined baking sheet. Brush with egg wash, then bake at 400 for 15 minutes. To the rest of your almond cream, add a tablespoon of milk. Brush the croissants with the diluted cream, add sliced almonds, then bake again for about 10 minutes. They are beautiful and so flavorful. Save this video for later, follow for more recipes, and let me know what other copycat recipes I should do in the comments.
Okay, today we're going to do an appetizer. It's fresh mozzarella wrapped with prosciutto. Okay, so here's what you make: the prosciutto as a cross, so you can fold it this way, and roll. I got 4 of them done right now. I'm making my sauce, more of a rustic style sauce. It's going to be chunky, so we'll just let it cook a bit. After they're done, after the sauce is done, we're going to add the prosciutto in here. Very low simmer with the lid on top, and we'll show how it's going to look like after it's done. See ya. Fantastic. Very, very creamy. Really nice. It's an incredible taste. Hope you enjoy it. It's great.
So these chocolate chip and funfetti biscotti are a little addicting. Let's make them. First, you're going to start with 1 cup vegetable or canola oil, 1/4 cup orange juice, 3 eggs, splash of vanilla, 1 cup sugar, mix that up. Then you're going to add 3 1/4 cup flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, pinch of salt, mix it up. Then I split the batter and added chocolate chips to one and white chocolate and sprinkles to the other. I took the dough and put them on parchment paper and made logs. Then I sprinkled sprinkles and cinnamon sugar on the chocolate chip one and put it in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes, took it out, sliced it, and then put it back in the oven for about 4 to 5 minutes on one side, flipped it, and then 4 to 5 minutes on the other side. You can do longer or shorter depending on how well done you want it. Full recipe on Instagram.
So we've got a semi-homemade pretzel dog recipe. So what we're going to do here is we went to the store, went to the frozen food section and bought loaves of bread. Now, if you all follow our page, you know I know how to make bread. This is not something that I don't know how to do. But if you're in a time pinch or you've got Super Bowl coming up, do this. Yes, we use Nathan's hot dogs. They're my favorite. Roll up the pretzel dogs, drop them in the baking soda water to alkalize them. I think I said that right. The egg wash, the salt. You know what? That recipe is completely in Instagram right now. A little spicy sweet mustard going on there. And then, yes, store-bought ketchup, because don't make your own ketchup. Let's not start that. Anyways, they came out perfect. Like, so good. Now, yes, better if you make the dough yourself, but if you're in a time pinch or concerned about the bread making process, this is a perfect way to do them. I hope you all enjoyed this.
I had to see if Groark's bacon-wrapped smoked avocado were as good as he says they were, so let's give it a shot for ourselves. We've got it cut in half. We've got that core out. We're doing that spoon action. We're getting it out of that skin there. Then we're going to cut it into wedges just like he did. We are going to then wrap this in bacon. We are not going to season with salt and pepper because we're just going to go with the seasoning. After the fact, we're going to put this in hyperspeed, get these going. Then we're going to go with Honey Hog from Meat Church, one of my favorite all-around barbecue rubs. We're going to flip them over. We're going to give them a nice, good coating of some seasoning. We're going on the Traeger. 325 is going to take about 40 minutes to cook. Coming along nicely there. There we go. We are done. Let's pull them off. Let's give it that great little look. I just so happen to have some balsamic glaze in the fridge as well, and I have to tip my hat to you, sir. These were fantastic.
A few years ago, I was drunk at a friend's house, and she was like, "Hey, Josh, you hungry?" And I was like, fucking A, I'm hungry. So she was like, all right, I made this dinner. It's a little weird, but you have to try it. So I'm watching her pile up like all this stuff on the plate. And I'm like, I'll skip the dressing. She's like, no, that's the best part. So I was like, okay, light dressing. So she makes it and she puts on light dressing. I taste this and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking delicious. Didn't know if it was because I was drunk or because it was that good. Because I've had some of that drunken food where I'm like, I wouldn't eat this if I were sober. It's literally some of the best drunken lunches I've had, and I've had it sober. It's still delicious. She was right though, I ended up going back for more dressing. You guys should definitely make this. You could easily feed a family of 5 for under $15. I'll put the recipe in the comments. Enjoy.
This is how I make my favorite breakfast burrito. I have it almost every single morning. It's so good. A little olive oil, handful of spinach, salt and pepper to taste, 2 eggs. I like to just do the 2 egg whites, but you can easily just do the 2 full eggs. This is what I do for my friends and my boyfriend. Mix in your favorite hot sauce. I usually use aardvark, but I was out, so I used Tapatio. Transfer the eggs to the spinach and make sure the pan and spinach are both covered. Add a lucifer. You probably don't have it, but they have it on Amazon and it's so good. Cover until it is almost cooked fully and then add your cheese. I like to use cheddar and feta. Cover again until the cheese is almost melted. Get your tortilla. I like to use Ezekiel sprouted tortillas. And then the fun part, I like to use my lid to flip it and then put it back inside the pan. Half of an avocado, everything but the bagel seasoning. Roll up and enjoy with sriracha.
Dutch babies are half popover, half pancake, and fully delicious. Here's how you can make one. Start with the batter. Add whole milk, eggs, flour, sugar, and salt to a stand blender or a bowl and blend until well whipped. If you mix this by hand, make sure you whisk vigorously to aerate the batter. Now preheat a cast iron skillet in a 425-degree oven until it's nice and hot, then take it out and add a couple tablespoons of butter. Once the butter has melted, pour in the batter, then quickly sprinkle with a few pinches of cinnamon and a pinch of nutmeg. Return the skillet to the oven and bake for 20 to 30 minutes. Resist the urge to open the oven to take a peek, because opening the door might prevent your Dutch baby from puffing up like this. For a classic Dutch baby, drizzle a little lemon.
Calling all chocoholics. This 5-ingredient chia seed pudding is a game changer. The key here is to throw it in the blender. I've never liked chia seed pudding because I couldn't get over the texture, but blending it solves that. Don't forget to refrigerate.
Here's a chicken dish you don't see every day. Starting with your chicken breast side down, run your knife along the backbone and then along the rib cage and the breastbone until it releases. Make sure not to cut through the skin. Next, remove the tenderloins and set aside. Cut off any excess fat and remove the wingtips. Use your knife to run along the remaining bones until they all release. Reserve these bones and the wingtips for chicken stock. Now place the tenderloins in the gap between the breast and the legs. Add your favorite seasoning, I'm using Dano's, and set aside. For my stuffing, I'm browning some bacon and sausage and sauteing a mirepoix. Add in your favorite herbs and seasoning and pour over a bowl of dried bread cubes. Pour in some melted butter, give it a mix, and spread on your chicken. Roll your chicken up tightly, then roll in several sheets of plastic wrap and secure with butcher's twine. I'm cooking mine in my sous vide until it reaches 160, then I'm going to unwrap and sear on all sides until the skin is nice and crispy. I served my chicken with a velouté sauce I made from the chicken stock from its bones. Enjoy!